Hello once again. This is Serge Beni as usual. I know today I came up with another interesting topics. So as you know, previously I was making some cybersecurity videos and people were asking me like, oh, how can we get started? So this video is for you. We'll be talking about how to get started with Linux with the help of this book called Linux Basics for Hackers. This one, it's wrote by this guy called Occupy the Web. So if you're in cybersecurity field, you know this guy. So we'll be using this book. So I hope it's time we can get started. So if you want to get into cybersecurity and ethical hacking, and also like become serious Linux users, Linux is not like optional, it's mandatory. So in this video I'll be going from absolute scratch introducing Linux with help of this book, Linux Basics for Hackers. So you might be wondering, what is Linux? Linux is not just like an operating system like Windows or Mac OS. Linux is open source operating system that gives you like full control of the system, and that's exactly why hackers and system administrators and security engineers use it. And another thing you have to know is that most servers, cloud system, routers and some security tools, they run on Linux, right? So you might be wondering also why hackers they use like Linux. You see people typing commands, whatever. What's that? So hackers use Linux because Linux is some kind of transparent, I can say that, and it gives you like the way you can manage your files, processes, and also network connections and permissions, right? In hacking, you are not just clicking some buttons, you are controlling systems through commands, right? That's what you'll be looking after. So I will be making the series video on this book, which is made up with around 20 chapters or 17. There are 17. So I'll be making the video on each chapter summary, and then it's better for you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything from here. Yeah, and another thing you have to understand on Linux, you see, the moment you install your card, you have one of your best friend, which is this terminal. This terminal is going to be your best friend. This is like where your power lives, right? Like instead of clicking on folders, doing this with Go, you can execute commands here on the terminal, and then everything made easy and so fast. And other thing you have to understand on Linux, it's how its file system is. It's kind of different compared to Windows. Let me show you like how Linux file systems looks like. So the Linux file system, it looks like this illustration you are seeing here. It's not like in Windows where we have like drive C or drive D. No. In Linux, everything comes from like a root folder, or let me call it like a parent. Let me call it Adam, but you don't have Eve here. It's from Adam, and then others, you see, they're being attached. They're being attached from this. This is a folder which have another folders like home, boot, bin, right? So for example, inside this home folder, that's where you'll be finding like user files live. That's where user files live. For example, this etc, you see, that's where system configuration files, they are being found. And also we have the folder for super user, the root. It's like, I can say it's like administrator on Windows. That's where his files they live. And also we have another one called bin. It stores like executable same in Windows, right? So that's why we'll be calling commands. The programs, you can fetch them from there. They're like binary, same as executables in Windows. So, and one thing you have to know about here is that understanding file system is critical, because the hacker often need to know where things live, like some logs, configs, those binaries, and some kind of scripts. So we are going to get started with like basic commands on the terminal. This book, if you want to get this book, go hit in the comment section and then you type book. I will send to you this book. So let's get started with our best friend terminal with the basic commands. So that side, so the first command we'll be looking on, as we've seen in part 1, is pwd, which shows you like the current working directory, like where you are in the system. That's the first command. The second command I want you to know is this, called who am I. This who am I, every time you write it, is going to show you like the current user who logged in on the system. That's the use of who am I command. So you see, every time it's going to show me that I am the carry. You see, this is the user who logged on this system. Another thing I want you to know is that we have another command. Let's say I want to see all files which are inside this folder called download. I can use ls for listing files. You see, we don't have any file, but if I change one directory, you see this download, it's inside the carry's home. Let's say we want to go back from downloads to the carry. You see, I will go one step back, so it's easy. I will say cd and then 2 dots. That is going to take me one step back. You see, now I'm not in the downloads, I'm in home. And every time, another thing you have to know, this sign like a swimming worm, it's just showing you that you are on your home, right? You are on user's home, you are on Kali's home, in other words. So if I list the files on Kali's home, ls by ls, that's going to show me like every file which is on Kali's home. Easy. So, and another command I want you to show you is that ls have different options you can use it. So, and let me clear the terminal. If you want to clear the what you executed on the terminal, you just type clear. Easy. So if I want to list files and I see like there are permissions, right? Let me try to make the terminal kinda bigger. It's clear, and then we bring the word formatted. So you see, it will show me like the files we have here with like to see their permissions, the owners, the groups owns it, the size, when they have been created, like those informations with ls-l. And another listing files option we have is that, for example, on this home you are seeing these files, but you might be having some hidden ones. So that's why we are going to use list, and then we see all. I think this A stands for all, and then we see even if the hidden files. You see, those were like the hidden files. You see, before using all, we didn't see them. If you want to see the hidden files inside the directory, you can use that option of using ls and with option A. So, and we have seen the command called cd, changing directory. Let's say I want to go inside the document folder. I can say change directory, documents, right? If I want to go back, if I run pwd to see where I am, you see I'll be in document. If I want to go back to the home, I can simply put cd like this. And it's not every time I have to write cd. If I write like maybe a desktop or document without using cd, it's going to take me to the document. That's like the shortcut. And another interesting commands we have, I want us to talk about, it's called help. So let's say, for example, you have a new software or a tool, but you don't know how to use it. You can just easily look on the help of it. So maybe let's take an example of maybe nmap, right? I can just simply put H for looking for the help. That's going to show me like, oh, the basics help on the usage of this nmap tool. You see the way you can use it, the different options you have, and yeah, you see the usage. Yeah, that's the way you can use help. And we have another commands, kind of works like help, but gives you like more information about the software or the tool you want to have information about. So this command is called man. I think it's not thinking, it stands for the manual, right? So for example, I want to see like manual guide of the nmap. It gives me like more information than help, and then I say we say man, man, it may be nmap, right? You see, that's going to give me like more information than the help. So by descriptions, explaining everything and how you can use this tool. So for more information, you can use manual, right? And another command I want us to see or to look, it's which, right? So which command shows where commands they are installed, like where programs are installed. Easy, we can say which where is like which nmap, right? You see, they are going to tell me, oh, nmap executable, you can find it in user binaries, right? And we have another command called whereis. So this whereis shows the binary source and manual locations. So if I put whereis, I can say whereis nmap, so it's going to tell me where I can find binaries of nmap, the sources and manual locations, right? And another command I want you to look on, it's locate. Let's say you want to find a file but you don't know where it is. It's simple, you can just use this locate. Maybe you want to locate want to search for the file, maybe called password, maybe pass wd, right? So you see, it's going to find where there is pass wd, right? It's going to find where it's going to return every file have like pass pwd. And also we can search for things by using find, right? So find, it's kind of works like you say find, right? And then the folder you want to search from, maybe I want to search the file from maybe home. I can just simply say let's make it simple. I can just make it like this. Maybe this I'm calling home of, I'm calling the home desktop, right? Desktop, and then we want to search for them. Want to search for the file. Want to put like the type of what you want to search for. It will be type what? Type, and then we say this will be like a file, right? And then the file we are searching for, it have to be the name of it. The name can be like maybe let's search for the file called persistence, right? So you see, it's going to return, or you can find persistence on desktop. You see, it's this file I was looking for, right? That's how you can use search, the way you can search for things in Linux. And another thing is that, for example, by using like let me go back on the home. for example, let's say for example let me create some, we have this file, right? But these two files, they have the same name, but they have different extensions. So to return all of them, we can use this kind of command. We can say, okay, I want you to find on let's say we want to search from like home of Kali. You see these files, they are on home Kali, right? And then we want to look for name. Everything have the name. If I use like file dot asterisk, this asterisk stand for all extension. It's going to return every file, and it doesn't care like the extension, right? They say like possible pattern, the name. Okay, let me see if we can put it into the, you see it's going to return every file start with the file, right? In home Kali. You see it's even if go inside the other folders on home, and it will find that. And we have another one. For example, let's say I know that I'm searching for this file called file.py, but I don't know this first letter F. I can replace it with the question mark. Okay, this will work. So you see it's going to return everything start with, like, it's kind of like we don't know this letter. It can return file, pile, while, whatever letter there, right? Simple as that. And also, for example, we have seen like when you are using like locate or finding something and you want to get precise, you want to filter, you can use this kind of command, right? We can just simply say, or from this we want to filter, we can use this grep. We want to filter, maybe want to filter like only file, right? No, only like where we have like file.py. It's not going to return no, we want to filter maybe like, want to filter file.py, or no, want to filter maybe like, you want to filter like no way, let's use file.py, right? You see it's going to highlight, like it's kind of filtered. Or let's use like locate, locate, which can give us like big, and then maybe we filter like the specific word, maybe like .txt. Want to grep where we have maybe extension .txt, right? That's how it can filter. But if I don't use grep for filtering txt, you see it's going to give me a lot of results, right? Okay, and another command you can look on, it's, let's say, you see if I list the files, you see you have like the new files.txt, whatever. Let's say you want to view what's inside those files, you can just view them by using cat. You can use cat file.txt, right? You see inside file.txt we have hello, right? And also we can use cat to create files, right? But before we use cat, if you want to create a file, you can use touch command, maybe touch command new file, right? That's going to create that new file here. Where is new file we created? Somewhere, you see it's new file.txt, it's there. Oh, let me create, it was already there, let me put it like new file 2, right? If I list, you see you have new file 2 created, but it's empty. But if the way we can use cat to create file, I can use cat, and then we say maybe, want to make program.sh, and then I type maybe inside this program to display something echo, maybe echo hello world, right? So what this is going to do is that it's going to write wherever it's going to write this echo hello world inside the program.sh. That's what this all means, right? To save this, you press Ctrl D, not Ctrl C, Ctrl D, right? If I list out, you see we have our program.sh. If again we use cat to look what's inside program.sh, you see we have hello world. This is right. So and then if I try to do the same, the tricky question is this: if I do the same and then I put maybe 1 2 whatever, so what do you think is going to happen? Are we going to have inside program.sh having like echo hello world and 1 2 3 whatever? Let's do that and see. Let's display again. You see now it removes like the previous echo hello and then it writes new when we use this. So to append without losing the previous data, you can use these two stars. I don't know how they call it. I can maybe return hello Kigali. Yeah, hello Kigali, right? Then I use Ctrl D. If we cut one more time, you see we'll be having 1 2 and hello Kigali, but if I used that sign 1, it will write the new, right? So and another command, it's how can you create folders. We've seen how you can create files and how can you create folders. It's easy. You just type command make directory. We have seen like directories, they are like folders in Windows. So we say make directory and then the directory name, let me call it maybe like tools, because no one listens music on Linux. You want me to create music folder? No. So you see if I list, you see we have the tools folder. I can go inside that folder called tools. Yeah, you see I'm inside. You see we have nothing. We can use touch to create a file there. So you see the file is created inside tools, right? So this new file we created, we are going to use it to see like these commands of copy, delete, move, anything else, and rename, right? Those are like our next commands. For example, let's say you want to copy, right? You want to copy this new text too, right? You want to copy it from here and then you copy it to the documents, right? Because if I list to check what's inside the documents, documents, right? You see we have nothing there. So we are going to copy this file and then we copy it into documents. It's easy to copy. You just simply say, let me clear the screen, yeah, and then I list. So you just simply say cp for copy and then the name of what you want to copy. It's new file 2.txt. And another thing you have to know about Linux, if you are writing on the terminal and the name gets highlighted, means that the file exists. You see if I try to put another thing, it's not being highlighted, it means that this thing doesn't exist, right? So new file.2, we want to copy it to the documents, right? Yeah, you see it's highlighted, means that documents folder is available on home. This stands for the home, not root documents. This is home documents, right? So you see it's there. If we list out what's inside documents to check if the file is copied there successfully. It's that. So let's go there with our terminal, so for you to have a look, right? That's how you can copy files, right? And then if you want to copy like a folder, how can you copy a folder, right? It's easy. You can okay, let's make the directory inside the document. Make directory called docs inside the documents, right? You see, that's the folder called the docs. And then we want to copy docs to the desktop. Here we want to copy inside the desktop. We can use cp and then we say docs, then we move it to the home desktop, Yeah, you see they are telling us error is not specified, means that we have to copy it recursively, right? So you can put that error for recursive, and then you see we have docs now being copied there, right? So another thing we want to see how you can move files. You remember, moving files is different from copying. When I move file, I take all of it from that and then I put it inside another folder, but it doesn't remain like copy. I hope that understood. Let's take a small example here. You see we have the new files 2 inside the document. So we're going to take this new file 2 and then we move it into the previous folder we created, docs, right? This docs, you see it's on documents, and you can see its copy on the desktop. I hope that makes sense, right? So to move files, you just use mv for move. You guys don't memorize mv, take it as like move, otherwise you are going to forget, right? Easy. We say new file 2 .txt. Where do you want to move it? You want to move it to docs, because docs is here. We don't have to specify the whole stuff like this, the whole no, easy. So if I list, you see new file, it's gone because it's moved. But if I go to docs and then I list, I will find that guy there because it's moved. And another thing is that if you want to rename files, you can use move command also, like this. Let's say I want to rename this file, new file 2, into like new file. I rename it to like new file, new file 3, right? New file 3. That's going to give me like, it's going to come without even if extension, like the name I chose. Linux doesn't care as long as you have permission. So another thing is to delete. We're going to say you can delete files the way you can delete folders. Yeah, so the first thing we're going to start on it's deleting this new file 3. But before we delete it, we can let's delete it in a way. So we can just, let me create like another file, because I think we're going to need like 2 files to deal with. So I have 2 files. Let me say I want to delete this new file 3 we created. We renamed before. We can use remove, easy. New file 3. If I list, it's gone, right? That's how you can remove, delete or remove files. So let's go cd1 step back from docs to the documents folder to see how we can delete folders. Let's say we have this docs folder, right? Let's say we want to delete it, but before we delete it, let me make new directory. We call it dr, let me call it dr. You see, we have two directories, two folders, one called dr and then that one called docs. Let's say we want to delete this dr, we can just simply say remove dr, right? So this remove cannot remove directory. Okay, to remove directory you can use remove dr, remove directory. Yeah, remove directory, and then you say dr, right? That's going to delete that folder, right? And then let's try it to remove docs. So it's going to fail because they are going to say, oh, docs, it's not empty, because inside the docs we have some files. Let's list docs. You see, inside this docs folder we have a file called newfile.txt. that's why we can just not simply delete it. So if you want to delete a folder which have the files inside, you can just use recursive and then invert option. Or I think we can use remove. Yeah, that's going to remove recursively that docs folder without caring who he is. Easy. So that was like the basic commands on foundation of Linux and hacking. You guys, see you in the next video. Hit that subscribe button so you follow along together on this series to get started as the hacker, because if you're a hacker you need Linux, is mandatory. So see you in the next episode of this series. Occupy the web.